Hello, my babe. Hi. I come here. It is so lovely to be back with you. Happy Friday. Oh my God. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I'm recording this on Friday, the 13th of February, 2026. And wow, what a week it has been. Yeah, this is my makeshift mic. I just realized that it has come into frame. For some reason, the clip magnet kind of broke. So I've had to make shift this little microphone design. So yeah, it's joining us today. So yes, this week has been, it's actually gone by pretty quickly. Do you feel the same way that it has gone by pretty quickly? I feel like it has. And let me see, for the most part, it has been uneventful for me, for the most part. I think the most exciting thing that happened to me this week was going to the TNT supermarket. And I'll get into that later on in this video. But, I just want to start by saying hello, welcome back to my, corner of the internet. Thank you so much for joining me. It is so good to be with you. Every time I, get ready to come sit down here, I'm always, excited, looking forward to it, can't wait to connect and hang out with you. So it is lovely to have you here. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you're just seeing me for the first time, my name is Ekam. And on this channel, I share stories about building community in Toronto, my journey to doing that, right? To starting over and building community in creativity and self-love as well. So yeah, if those are themes that sound interesting to you, all right? If you want to hear what this 33-year-old, you know, I want to say now Nigerian Canadian living in Toronto has to say, what her experiences are like. And if you feel called to my energy, I, would love to have you here. Thank you for joining me and welcome to my universe. And yeah, I hope that the stories that I share, that the insights that I share, inspires you as well. And yeah, I hope that you also share your stories with me as well along the themes of, starting over in a new country, building community, um creativity, right? Because I have been on this journey for, I would say, the better of 2 years in really playing, I would say, for, in simple terms, right? In honing in on my creativity, in just having fun and like doing things that I feel drawn to, that I feel curious about. So recently I took up sewing, and on this channel you see some videos of me sewing different things, from tote bags to like scrunchies to a whole poof. So, and more exciting things, like I made a dress pretty recently using a sewing pattern, using the Nomi 2016 pattern. It's a beautiful dress, and hopefully one day I'll get to show it to you. But yeah, that's what I have been, doing on the creativity front. Doing my sewing, doing different things, raffia coiling, journaling, rope making, everything in between, really, right? Even doing YouTube as well has just been one way to express my creativity. So yeah, so that's the journey I have been on, right? And I know that if you're tuning in, you're probably similarly on that journey as well, in expressing your creativity, you know, in just tuning in with yourself, right? So yeah, it's so good to be with you. Thank you for joining me once again. And yeah, if you know, actually, please like and subscribe and comment on this video, right? It really does help me grow on YouTube, which is a goal of mine. So thank you for your support. Right. So today, as I mentioned earlier, the most exciting thing that happened to me this week was going to TNT supermarkets, right? So just like for some people, they like to go to the department stores to do shopping, clothes shopping, shoes, bags, and all the like, which I enjoy. I'm a fashion girly. But one of the things that I really, really like to do is also go grocery shopping. I like to go to, you know, friends' grocery stores. Like when I say different, like different from where I would usually go to on a day to day. So I went to TNT groceries market, which is an Asian chain of stores, right? They have them all over Canada. And I've heard about TNT for a long time actually. I've always wanted to go, but I went to a TNT like supermarket. I think that one is called Food Nations. I haven't been in over a year, but that one was also pretty good as well. And it's also similarly a chain of, Asian like stores. Or I shouldn't say Asian like because it has, food stuff from different nationalities, but mostly catered towards the Asian grocery food items. So I went there recently and oh my God, like I felt like I was in a candy store, just oohing and eyeing at different things. And I was, pleasantly surprised by the variety of things that they had, from skincare to um fresh fish and meats to to hot prepared food. They also had a bakery stall there. They had a barbecue section as well where you could get like roasted duck and barbecue chicken and all of that. And the bakery section that they have like had a variety of baked goods and pastries, right? It's like I think I saw a mini cheese Danish puff, and oh my God, it looked so good, right? I was so tempted to like, get one, but I'm on a health kick, so I had to, rein myself back in. But they had that. They had a variety of seasonings, as per usual, seasonings and sauces and condiments, different types of rice. Because I went in there to kind of, look at what kind of grains they had. Because I am trying to switch or try to incorporate more multi grains into my food. So like I was just very, what that whole decision, or what's it called? Decision paralysis. Yeah, I was like, yeah, this is too much for me. But I ended up, having a good time and I picked a lot of things actually. And I actually want to review some of the things with you, not review, but like, open them up with you and kind of get my reaction to them. Oh, I just realized this is upside down my back. So this is like a hand cream set and it cost about like $8 minus tax. And I thought it would be a good addition to like my makeup bag because I'm making a makeup bag for work. Yes, I even forgot to mention that I got a new job. I am starting work pretty soon, like beginning of next month. So I have been prepping on my end all the things I need to, get ready for. So one of the things was, to get like to sew a makeup bag and, just filling it with all the condiments that I would like to add. And the hand cream is one of them. So I thought we would review or react to this together. And I also got, hey, my cat is trying to come say hello to us. Mommy, hey baby, you want to come this way? Good girl, thank you. And then the next thing I got and I want to try now is a prebiotic. It's called kombucha tea. And this is like a pineapple. You can see the little pineapple there. It's like a pineapple flavored one. So I'm going to pop this open. I have my glass of water here. It's filled to the brim. So I'm just going to put this in here and, try. So one sec. Yeah. So that's so some of the things I got. from tea. Like I was so amazed at the variety. Oh, it smells so good. Like the pineapple flavor is so strong. Like once it hits that water and you start to dissolve it, the pineapple flavor is like it hits your nose immediately. I really like it. Mm. And I got really cold water. They tell you to, you could drink this cold or hot, and they tell you to use ice, but I'm not using ice today. I'm just mixing it in, trying to dissolve all the particles and enjoying the smell. Has a very nice pineapple smell. Enough noise. Hmm. Pretty good. Hmm. Okay. That was actually pretty refreshing. All right, Tizan. But I don't really taste the kombucha part. Is that like I don't know. It has you know how sparkling infused water tastes? This is how it tastes. And currently I have this obsession with the pineapple and coconut infused sparkling water from No Frills. Oh my God. Like I like to mix it with like juice, and with a pineapple juice as well, just to really deepen that flavor. Oh my God. One of the best things. So this reminds me of that. It's really good. Okay. Okay. So that was actually a good buy. I can't really say so much about the hot foods that I got because I also went to the hot food counter and got some. Actually, the cold food section. I went to the hot food and the cold food section. In the cold food section, I got some tripe, some beef, and some seaweed salad. And then in the hot food section, I got some rice, some chicken, some broccoli, some steamed green beans. And yeah, it was pretty okay. But I don't know if I would get it again. Right. It was pretty okay, but I don't think for that price point, because I paid like 26 and I don't think it was worth that price point, like the quality of food. Like it wasn't really, mind blowing. So, or I shouldn't say mind blowing. That's too high a standard. But it wasn't delicious, right? So yeah, so I don't think I'll get the hot food again, but and also I tried some of the cold food. I tried like I said, the beef and the tripe kind of thing. It was like in strips that you can add to like maybe noodles or rice or stir fries. Or probably eat alone, which I did. I had it yesterday with the seaweed salad. And first impressions, it was, I don't know how I felt about the taste, but then after a while, it kind of settled in my mouth. So, but the seaweed kind of tasted, it was a bit, how do I describe this? It was a bit, I almost gagged as soon as it went into my mouth. But then as I, just kind of let it settle and kept chewing, then it kind of settled into a peppery note. So it became peppery and actually delicious. And it paired very well with the meat, with the beef and the tripe. So that was nice. I had that for dinner. It was pretty, pretty okay, right? But compared to the hot food, it was much better. So yeah, so I have to eat that. I think I have to finish that today because it expires tomorrow. So yeah, so that was that. That was my oh yeah, let's try the hand cream. So the hand cream is called Sanrio Characters. It's a Korean brand. And I'm guessing Sanrio is probably the name of a Korean cartoon show. I haven't checked. I have to check. So, but yeah, let's try this. It's so cute. Once I saw it, I was like, oh my God, this will look so cute in my purse. So yeah, it comes in different flavor profiles. So one is called the Fugier I definitely know that I am not pronouncing that correctly. And then the other note is called, it's a floral note, a floral cream. And then there's a fruity cream as well as a woody cream. And then for the gear, the top notes are galbanum, bergamot, tea, and marine. For the floral, the top notes are watermelon and bergamot. I'm definitely a floral girl, so I know I'll like this one. And then for the fruity, the top notes are red currant, peach, and apple. And I think I like the mid and base notes for the floral and the fruity. They're actually I think I'll like those ones. And then for the woody, the mid notes are black currant. Sorry, the top notes are orange, bergamot, and violet leaf. But I'll also say the mid notes. The mid notes are black currant, violet, lily of the valley, and galbanum. Okay. I'm actually pretty excited about this. Let's open it up. So, ooh, okay. I have to refer to the pack because the containers themselves don't come with the. I don't know which one is Fidia, which one is. It has cinnamon roll, Hello Kitty, My Melody, and Koro written on it. As you can see up here. So cute. Okay. So let me try. So this one is the Woody. So this is the Woody. So cute. And I like it when containers like come with this pointed thing. Don't know if you can see this pointed thing here. Like I like it when it comes with that, so it's easy to poke through the foil. Mm, okay. So it like a dry consistency. It's not hmm. I don't know how I feel about this one. It reminds me of a body lotion I used to use back in the day. Like way back in like when I was a teenager or something. Hmm. Okay. On side. The next one is yes, this is the fruity. The Hello Kitty one is fruity. Fruity. Ooh, there we go. Nice. Okay. Ooh, I think I already like this one. Let me pop the foil. Foil popped. Hmm. Little pea size. Closing it back. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. One better. Oh my God. Oh, that okay. Okay. This one is top of my list. The fruity one it has gone up to the top. Okay. I think I have exhausted this hand. Let me switch hands here. It's no more real estate on this hand. It's all done. Oh, I really like the fruity one. Oh my God. Oh, that fruity one is so good. Okay. Sorry, I didn't introduce this one. This is the floral one. And then popping the foil. Applying a little pea size. But you know what? That woody one is very strong. Like that is the most prominent one on this hand. Excuse me. Oh my God, I love I just knew I was gonna love the floral one. Oh my God. Okay, I was right. The floral and the fruits are definitely on the top of my list. Those two are on the top of the list. It smells so freaking good. Oh my God. Oh, it smells so good. I love that one. Oh, I love the floral one. Oh, that one is so good. That's all. And then last but not least, the kurumi. I'm definitely sure I'm butchering that. There we go. Okay. Oh, this was hard to open. Oh my God, girl. Damn. Okay. Popping the foil. There we go. Applying a little pea size. Ooh, and you just slide it out easily. I'm sure there was so much built-in pressure. That's why it was hard to open. Oh, this is so good. Let's see. Mm. Okay. Okay, Fuki, I like this one. Oh, it's so nice. It has a very light, it's really has like well, I said light but mild smell. Oh, it's so good. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Oh my God. I'm so happy. This was actually a very good buy. So I'll say number be first on my list. Man, between the floral and fruity. I don't know which one is number one because they both smell so good. Okay, I would say number one is fruity, number two is floral, and number three is the fugia. And obviously the last one is the woody because I don't know what's going on there. This is so good. Oh, I'm so excited. After I wash my hands, I'll have, you know, lovely hand creams to moisturize with. Really exciting. Thank you, TNT. This will be very good bye. I'm happy I went there. The container it comes in too has like a sweat. It's like it has a sweat feel. It feels so nice to touch. Wow. I feel like this would actually make a very nice gift as well for like a friend or a loved one. This would make a nice gift. And just for like what, $8. Not bad. Okay. So yeah, so those are the those were my TNT finds. I am pretty happy with them. And yeah, I feel like those kind of trips, when I do things like this for myself, it's just a reminder to, continue to take care of myself, to invest in myself, right? In a quality way, right? Like being intentional about how I care for myself, how I nurture myself, which I feel like has come through. It has been a journey to get here, right? Where I put so much intention behind how I care for myself. And I'm so happy to be here, which is a nice, I would say, segue to, what inspired me to have this conversation with you today, right? I know that Valentine's Day is tomorrow. And it feels like there's been love in the air, right? It's been giving that energy of this love, like energy of romance, of wanting to care for yourself, care for others, wanting to, just be romantic, right? Give gifts, buy yourself gifts, So I don't know if it's because of the astrological transits, right? I know that right now Venus is in Pisces, and Pisces is very dreamy and all of that. Oh, it's in Pisces. Hold on. My phone is too far. Oh, hold on, actually, let me check. Let me see. I want you to open the Chani app to see. But I don't have Chani on this phone. Current Venus transits. Let me see. Current Venus transit. Yep, Pisces. Yeah. So it's currently in Pisces. So I know Pisces is very, romantic, dreamy, So I can understand why I have been feeling the way I have been feeling, and and why I have that romantic kind of like vibe to how I live my life, right? So I know Valentine's Day is tomorrow, like I said, and it's a season of love. It's a season to reflect on our love experiences, romantic or otherwise, right? But my focus today would be on, self love, right? Because I feel like that is a type of love that is almost underestimated, right? Because there's so much importance placed on romantic love, on, the love that others have for you. But I feel like what should be most important is how we love ourselves, right? Like self-love and also self-interest, right? Like being interested in yourself, getting to know yourself, understanding yourself, and being compassionate with yourself, loving yourself, being devoted to yourself, being committed to yourself, being accountable to yourself, you know, able to have those hard conversations with yourself, able to, make things happen for yourself. Like, I feel like there's so much power in being self-interested, and particularly in loving yourself, right? It's like there's so much power in that. And I feel like I have gone through, or I'm still going through that journey, but particularly in the past, I would say 5 years, that lesson of self-love, that lesson of being self-interested has rung so true for me. Oh my God. In so many areas of my life, right? Even taking the decision to move to a new country, to move to Canada, like that was out of self-love, that was out of self-interest, right? And that was out of really gathering my life, you know, really gathering my life and really trying to understand what was best for me, right? What was best for me in the long run, what was best for me in my career, what was best for me in my personal life, what was best for me in my internal life. Like it came from that foundation. So that's something I would like us to discuss a little bit today, like, what that looks like, because self-love and love itself is not always like romantic, like it's not always flowers and gifts and being lovey-dovey, right? Like it's that too. Please don't get me wrong. It's very much that too. I think it's very important to spoil yourself, to, let others spoil you, to receive love as well. That's very, very important. But in today's, conversation, it's more so about like, how are you loving yourself? You know, how are you loving yourself? What's the quality of love that you're giving yourself? you know are you self-interested? And that's not from a conceited way, in the sense that I'm going to be arrogant, I'm going to have this vibe of arrogance. No, but it's more so in a loving way, right? It's more so in a grounded way. It's more so in a way of, I know myself, I know who I am. It's mostly in that way. I know who I am. I know what I love. I know what I'm about. I know what my values are. I know what I stand for. I know what I love. I know what turns me on. Oh, I know what turns me on. I know what gets me up in the morning. I know what I live for, right? I know what I live for. I know what I don't like. I know what I do not like. I know you know, I know what my goals are. I know what my ambitions are. I know the kind of food I like. I know the kind of music I enjoy. That's what I mean. That's from that position of being self-interested in in knowing yourself so well and so deeply, right? Nobody can tell you more about yourself, right? From that lens of I am just so self-invested and I'm so self-interested and I am so grounded in myself and that there is absolutely nothing, okay, absolutely nothing that you will not do for yourself. Like from that lens of, oh, like I love, like, when you're so passionate about yourself from that lens of passion for self, you know, love for self, compassion for self, right? Because it's so easy for us to like really, you know, not think the best of ourselves or doubt ourselves, right? Because, okay, for example, like my journey to moving here, like it wasn't an easy journey because I did not have any frame of reference for life here, for living here. And it was so hard to imagine what that would look like for me, especially coming to a completely different environment, culture. So of course, self-doubt crept in, right? Self-doubt crept in. And sadly, at the time, I didn't really have, family support. Initially, of course, there was pushback. Oh, why do you want to take that step? Why do you want, it looked like I was leaving, right? Uh, and the gap that would cause. So that even created more tension in actually reaching the decision quickly or fully embodying the decision that, yes, this is what I want to do. So it took a while for me to get to that point of, I'm actually going to do this because I love myself and because of these reasons, right? So it is so important because sometimes in life, like you need to be your biggest advocate, you need to be your biggest champion, you need to be your biggest cheerleader, okay, and you need to be your biggest encourager, if that's even I know that's not a word, but you need to be the one that encourages yourself more, right? It's like you need to be the one that you bring yourself together and you talk to yourself, right? So in my case, I was telling myself, look, there is so much in this your short life that you have done, like so many hard things that you have done. And I know that, nobody really wants to do the hard things. Like, like packing your life up and moving to a new country that you don't really know. Like, it's not the most exciting thing. I mean, the prospect of living in a new place, in a different place with, I mean, that is what is attractive to me, being in a new place, being in a new city with new cultures and all of that. That's attractive to me, right? So something else might be attractive to you. But for me, like that was the drawing point, right? So even with that, right, it's still pretty daunting to still make that leap. So it's pretty normal in those kind of cases for doubts to come in. And also when you don't have the initial support of loved ones, it can even make things more difficult. But it is in those moments, right? It is in those moments that you have to be the biggest advocate. You have to be your biggest advocate. You have to be your biggest champion. You have to be your biggest um friend. You have to be your best friend in that moment to remind yourself that you have done great things, you have done hard things, you have done hard things before. And sometimes you did it even without the support of people that you knew, but you still got support along the way, right? And eventually those people, will come back around. Like my loved ones, they came back around, they supported me, right? So in those initial moments, right, you have to remember that you're the one that has to get that ball rolling, right? Like you have to get that ball rolling and you shouldn't be afraid of it because I feel like the best relationship you would ever have in this life, right, is the one you have with yourself. And as cliche as that sounds, it is so true. It is so, so true. Like you have to be your own best friend, like, and this is not in the absence of having other best friends, please do, but you have to be your own best friend. You have to be so passionate about yourself and you have to forgive yourself, right? Because I'm thinking about the times when I did things I didn't really like, right? And when I held on to the feeling of those things, like, oh, I felt guilty, I felt bad, it kind of, caused more problems for me, right? So I had to learn how to be compassionate with myself, understand, the why behind the actions, and just sitting with myself and being compassionate and forgiving myself, right? So that's something I encourage you to also do, right? To forgive yourself. There is absolutely nothing in this world that, you know, I mean, God is the final arbiter of these things, but I feel like if we understand the depth of unconditional love, right, it's like we would not hold on to a lot of things. We would let things go easily because, like, unconditional love is just so, like, that is what you deserve. Like, you deserve unconditional love from yourself, right? Like, there is absolutely nothing I cannot come back from that kind of unconditional love. Like, see yourself as worth it. It's like you're worth the efforts, you're worth the love, you're worth the ease, you're worth the peace, you're worth the goodness. Like, see all of that for yourself, right? Because it's much easier to externalize these things, but then I want us to bring it inwards. Like, I love myself, I deserve peace, I deserve ease, I deserve abundance, oh, I deserve to live a simple life. Okay, whatever life you want to live, you deserve to be that. You deserve to live that life. Okay. So that is what I thought I would, come on here to encourage you on, to be self-interested in a passionate way for yourself, to love yourself unconditionally and deeply, because you are worth it. Okay. You are worth it. I am worth it. I am worth the love. I am worth the ease. I am worth the peace. Okay. And you are also worth it 100%. So, yeah. So let me know what loving actions you will do for yourself tomorrow, right? Like, are you doing anything for yourself? So when I first moved here, right, because I used to feel pretty lonely. I used to feel pretty, oh my God, but, well, I don't want to say pretty lonely. Like, when I say lonely, I mean in a romantic sense, right? Like, but then a thought came to me. I was like, hey, come, why are you putting all this much energy into, like, you're externalizing this when you should be internalizing it, in the sense that you should pour all the love that you feel like you're missing into yourself, right? It's like, pour all that love into yourself. So I used to get myself flowers like every weekend. Like, I'll go into the store and buy myself flowers, and beautiful flowers at that, and just keep them, just keep them there in the house, and they will make me so happy, right? All the things that I wish someone else was doing for me, I just did them for myself, right? So, and that is the journey I have been on, like, continuing to do things for myself, because that is something that I deserve, and that is something that makes me happy. Like, when I see the effort I put into my own life for myself, like, it fills me with so much joy, right? It just makes me so happy. Like, yes, I am worth that effort. Yes, I deserve that thing. I deserve that experience. And I feel the same way for you too. Yeah, right? You deserve all the amazing things. You deserve good things. You deserve ease. Excuse me. You deserve ease. So, begin to, and I'm sure you're probably on that journey already. If you're watching me, you probably are on that journey. So I want to encourage you to continue. Or if you're not on that journey, to please start, right? Because it is very, it's a worthwhile journey, and you would thank yourself. Okay. You would thank yourself for going on that journey. So whatever love looks like for you, and I hope it's, the great kind, like, the kind that makes you fall more in love with yourself. I want to encourage you to keep practicing it, or to start practicing it, right? Because you'll be so glad you did. Okay. So, yeah, that was, the message I felt called to share with you, the insight I felt called to share with you. So let me know in the comments what your loving practices look like. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of, actually, the week has ended. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Um do you have any fun plans for the weekend? My plans currently consist of, man, like, tax season is here in Canada, man. Tax season is finally here, and I had a couple of changes in my career last year. So it is requiring me, excuse me, I always say necessitating, but it is requiring me to kind of start my tax filings early. So this week I have been in the throes of that, trying to call up different places to get my tax statements or trying to facilitate that process at least. So that's what I'm going to do for the rest of this weekend. Work on, getting my tax documents together. And yeah, just, getting into my sewing, and then I might go fabric shopping later on in the weekend. And yeah, just spend time with myself. Oh, and something else I forgot to mention in my T&T section was that I got some things to make pho, okay, Vietnamese pho specifically. And my God, I am so happy and looking forward to it. So I got some rice noodles, I got some beef pho paste, and what else did I get? I got some seasonings. And then I plan to go to the butcher this weekend to get some meat for the broth. So yeah, that is one exciting thing that I'm looking forward to. I also have some fish sauce. I got some rock sugar. Like I'm really prepared with all of the ingredients I need. So I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, wish me luck. But yes, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. It is always such a pleasure to hang out with you. Thank you so much for, connecting with me today. And until my next video, take good care. Bye.